Welcome back to Behind Track Limits, episode 18, where this week we talk about the Mexico Grand Prix.
Hey guys,
thanks, guys.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the team strategy or something.
Yeah, something like that. Everyone was like, whoop, tell me you're fired without telling me you're fired.
It's a TikTok right there.
Yeah, but Oscar Piastri deserves it so much.
That deserves it so much.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, but the likelihood of De Vries getting it is very slim. So I'm just thinking on terms of people actually getting it.
But I mean, I haven't. Yeah. Well,
you say your theory.
1 second. Nico Hülkenberg actually
that's my theory.
Down the McLaren IndyCar position.
He did.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to another German driver.
I think it was fair enough.
That's big news. Apparently, he said like it was just a no-go. That's what I was listening to what Ted said on his after show, and he was like, apparently he's turned it down. They don't know why.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
That was for him then.
Maybe because they've gone with Giovinazzi and he hadn't had that much experience. Now they want to go with two experienced drivers. Maybe try something new. Bottas and
that's quite a good So obviously with having like Giovinazzi, he had like no experience really, did he? So having two people that's got the experience to then develop it will help him loads, won't it? Especially with the new regs coming in next year as well.
But I think Alpha want their program, don't they? Their like driver program to go forward, and then everybody goes into Ferrari or vice versa. So who knows?
Yeah.
But I just want to know who's to go in there.
Look, part of the driver academy for the future. So obviously, Arthur Leclerc will be he's obviously very talented.
Yes.
So we need to think about the future, and so by putting Giovinazzi, and obviously he's quite young, if they wanted him for a long time, if they wanted a long time driver, secure kind of driver, then obviously Giovinazzi is a great option. But Nico Hülkenberg is getting on a bit, obviously.
A little bit.
If they wanted, say, to look at Leclerc for the future, it's not a bad option to go with. It's not a bad option to go with Hülkenberg.
No, because as Ellie said, Hülkenberg and Bottas can develop the car and then wait a year or two and then have Leclerc in that seat.
That good car,
exactly.
Yeah. Like, you remember when, like, Charles Leclerc was getting that Sauber up to, like, 5th position? It's like...
Yeah, we want that back. We need that back.
In the midfield, like, properly battling, and you just think, oh.
Can you imagine the Leclercs battling each other?
I'd die. I would pass away.
Oh yeah, of course you would.
Oh, that would be so cool. I just really want like brothers on the same grid, like just absolutely having it out with each other. It'd be so funny.
Oh, imagine! Oh my god,
that would be cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
You know who I do miss? Marcus Ericsson.
Yeah, I do.
He was just so innocent and sweet.
I feel like him and Stoffel were very innocent and just like...
Yeah, Van Dorn, I love that. They never did anything wrong, did they?
No.
You know what I mean?
No. That feels like so long ago, you know?
It does, doesn't it? It feels like years ago.
Ericsson, makes you sad.
Doesn't he do quite good in IndyCar? He normally gets like decent results and stuff in IndyCar, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, who else? Driving was not incredible for Formula One, but flip it, Brendan Hartley.
Him, I'm so in love with him in WEC. My guy can drive a hypercar so well. Brendan Hartley was a legend. He's again one of just them innocent guys that sort of just drove the car and was just there.
I can't describe it, but they all fall into like the same category, and I can't. I can't.
You can't name the category, but they all sort of go in the same one.
It's like George, Lando, Alex. Obviously, they're all young drivers. They were all like good drivers that maybe weren't as lucky, and then like you've got the elite drivers, and you know what I mean. They all kind of fall into categories.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think you have to separate that category into drivers that will be remembered by everyone and drivers that won't be remembered by everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. The ones that are forgotten.
Yeah.
There are.
I mean, most of the Formula E guys are like the drivers that will be forgotten, aren't they?
Don't say that.
I know, but it's true. That's a sad thing.
Weren't you the one crying about Nick de Vries not getting a seat for next year?
Yeah, I know. Poor Nick. He's back to the back of the pile now after that comment, Ellie.
Oh, I just want Nick. I just want to see Nick.
No, it made me feel really weird that when I was in Portimao watching Le Mans series, he was just he was around me. You know what I mean? He was near me. Because I went to the pit lane afterwards to watch the podium celebration with all of the team. It was so good. With all of United Autosports, we were like with the team.
Phil Hansen. Phil Hansen.
So my granddad is friends with Jamie Gamble, who's Tom Gamble's dad. So we went through.
I've seen Tom Gamble, but I seen him on my college break in McDonald's. Weirdest place I've ever seen a driver. He walked through the doors at McDonald's, and I was like,
"They're from around. They're from around here." So
yeah.
Granddad, Bella, do you want to come? Yeah, I want to go. So yeah, it was. Oh,
I bet it was so good, wasn't it?
Good. It's so loud.
I need him to come back to Silverstone like so bad because I just want to go. So bad.
Yeah, do I, don't I? I'm between two minds, but I think I'm just gonna yes to go in. I don't think I can't resist. I can't resist to watching George in a Mercedes. I think that's like such a sell. Just a sell. That is just a selling point. As much as every other team we all want to do really well. I just want to see George do well at Silverstone. That is all.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're making me very jealous. I want to go so bad.
You need to come, Vanessa. We'll go together.
Fine, just fine. You don't need to.
If I were to actually come to Silverstone, we would have to go together, but because I would not go alone.
Yeah, I think a few of us are going, aren't we, next year?
But yeah, I think that I think everyone has decided we're all going, but everyone's going on their own. That type of thing.
That's why.
Yeah, I've got my.
There's Arabella in the Fusion Lounge as usual.
That was absolutely incredible. Though. So I went on the Friday for quali when George got into Q3.
I know. I was sat. Where was I sat? I was like sat at Farmers, and we kept like me and my sister kept like screaming about George like so much. We were like screaming, and then there was like a group of people in front of us, and this guy goes, "Are you in love with George or something?" I was like, "No, I'm not in love with him. He's just doing well." I was like, we were like so loud.
That's what I mean. I was so excited on Sunday when he was in the points at one point. I was like, "Come on, George, come on!"
Tell you now, if you want to go to a Grand Prix, obviously I have to go to Silverstone because I live in England. I tell you now, you should have seen me. All these older men sat round me with their Mercedes tops on, and I'm just sat there with my top.
Yeah, but normally I'm just sat there in my Ferrari top, so everyone else is like orange, black, white, Red Bull, and I'm there in a bright red one like this. I'm like, hi.
Honestly, Vanessa, go to Spa or something. It's closer.
Oh my.
Where should I go? I didn't understand.
Spa. Oh my. You need to go. I'll come Spa with you. Anywhere you want to go, I'll go.
Are you thinking of going?
Yeah, it's actually. Well, my stepdad went this year, but I couldn't because I was planning to go to Perez that weekend.
Yeah, but that's good.
Then I didn't go, and so we want to go next year.
Yes, you gotta go.
excuse me, what? I can't understand you today.
Hopefully there'll be a race next year.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad for me because it's like just 2.5 hours away from me, so it's not that bad. But I would like a race. I wouldn't like to freeze to death to see 2 rounds after a safety car again.
Cold. That looked cold.
Yeah, that
Never seen anything like it.
It was cold,
cold.
it was rainy, it was muddy, it was disgusting. I've seen the pictures, the videos they sent me. I was like,
I haven't spoken about the race.
No,
Yeah, let's go on to the race. Okay,
Yes.
Shall we start with there's such a timeline over the weekend. Let's start with Saturday quali. Actually, no, let's go back. Let's
Please
take it back to
please don't get angry again.
No, right, okay, right, Vanessa, we're going to start from final practice 3.
Yeah,
And
that's
discuss
perfect.
wing. Discuss.
Well, it was all like a massive thing of like, oh my god, he's got tape on the back of his wing, what's going on? And it was all like a massive hoo-ha about it. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, Red Bull fan, I was a bit like, is this something I should be out for? I was thinking, you know what? My dad goes, the Red Bulls got some tape on their rear wing, and I go, I'm not worried. Look what they did in 2019 in Hungary to Max's car on the grid. I have faith in mechanics.
They did tape it together this year sometime. When was it? Hungary again.
Yes,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. They literally put duct tape on the side of the car. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't getting too worried, and then they were perfectly fine in FP3, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah. I'm relaxed. I can go into quali. That's perfect.
At home for quali. I was at a bonfire night, right? I've never ran so quickly.
The fireworks were off.
I looked like a freak. I had my big coat on, right? And all these people are coming out of the bonfire little congregation, and there's loads of people walking my way because they're all in a little village. And I was running in the middle of the road, legging it with some keys in my hand, just going jingle, jingle, jingle. I've never run so quick. I tell you now, I sat on the sofa, I got stitched, I couldn't even move up to get the controller.
You were just like lay on the sofa like, oh, I'm dead.
I was so panicky because like Q1's not that exciting anyway. So
yeah, that is true. Who went out in Q1? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, not really.
I think it was on
the usual suspects.
Yeah. And then
it was like Lance Stroll, but he already had to take a penalty anyway.
Yeah, because then he set the red flag off, didn't he? And like sent it into the wall.
And that felt like hours. That felt so long.
Oh yes, I know. That went on for quite a while.
Yeah, that went on for ages, and then I feel like
you won.
Then quali.
But there was a lot of.
Wait, carry on.
There's still things in quali. Like there's still honestly this qualifying session. There was just so much. Like it was like minuscule details of what happened with Haas. Their arguments again, and then I thought Gunther Steiner was going to come on at one point. I was like, it needs to semi-stop in a way because I don't think they're doing themselves any favours.
Annoying.
Not them keep
I know they're rookies and they're learning their trade. They're fine, like they're rookies, they're learning their trade, but it's like this bickering argument needs to stop, like between one side of the garage and another. They just need to find some harmony in between. Yeah.
Just like
to start, he needs to put his foot down.
And then
he needs to be like a dad. But like, right, you two, stop it. Arguing over.
Otherwise you're out.
And then at one point, Yuki's in third. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then it got to like Q3. Everyone was going okay.
Everything went downhill from that.
Yeah. Honestly.
I've never felt
like 3 minutes.
I felt empty inside. I felt like there was nothing to wake up for the next day, like to watch the race. I was like, what's the reason of watching the race? I swear, if I watch Hamilton win the race, that'll be like my worst week ever. I'll have a bad week and nothing will go great. I'll fail my mark and everything. But then I had a minted casserole and it was really delicious. That's when I knew things were looking up. I'll tell you now, I was prepped for the race at 7 o'clock. I tell you now, my stomach was full of the lovely casserole. I was ready. I knew it was going to be a good week. I knew it.
You said you ran from the bonfire. My mate passed her driving test. We were like, oh, we'll go Mackey's because we've got loads of time till the race. Then we got stuck at Mackey's because they kept like messing all of our order up. And then we're in the car and it's like counting down. We're like, we've literally got 2 minutes to like get out of this car, leg it. But anyway, we've got bags of food of Mackey's because we brought it back to accommodation. I'm running with these drinks, Mackey's bag and everything. I was like, right, you're going to have to tell them to come meet me because I'm watching this race. I don't care. I'm not going to go take it to them. I'm sitting here and watching the start.
Yeah, I have to say we had the social media meeting on Sunday before the race, and that went on longer than planned. And I was looking at my watch and I was like, wait. It's so close to 8. I was like, wait, no. And then I had to finish my mock exam for Monday. I had to jump in the shower. I actually took my iPad, put it in the bathroom, went and showered, so I didn't miss anything.
I don't blame you.
We are all a bit crazy, aren't we?
Yeah. I ran home from a baby shower.
Brilliant.
I ran home from a baby shower. I was like, thank you. Congratulations. Here's your presents. I'll take a cake for the way home. Ran home, turned it on. And then I decided to cook like Mexican food. I was getting well in the spirit. And then I had that on all at the same time. It was all going on Sunday night in my kitchen. A lot of shouting. My mum was like, you okay? I was like, absolutely not. We're just getting around this first corner.
Yeah, well then Max. So I thought, I was like, oh, the Mercedes got a decent start. And then all of a sudden.
And I was like, oh, he's like, Max. He's like, Max. And then I saw a Mercedes spin. I'm thinking, let's go. That's championship in the bag. And then I'm like.
Then you're like,
yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was thinking I thought something's going to happen here. And it did. You could just see it. Yeah. I don't know what, you could just see it, yes, like on Sunday from like a mile off what was coming, and it happened. Well, for Bottas it happens anyway.
Yeah. Daniel sort of just tucked Denny into the corner. I mean, it won't, if anything, Daniel didn't really have anywhere to go. He like locked up the brakes and everything, and it was just sort of wrong timing a little bit, weren't it? And then he just went into the back of him, and I was like, oh. Sorry, not bad though, because Max was like.
Max was absolutely bonkers in this first that late braking. Yeah, he's crazy.
He's like going to avoid the crash. If you look at Perez's onboard, the reaction.
But I have to say one more thing to the Ricardo Bottas thing, because Ricardo was in front of Bottas for 39 laps. And did you see that picture on Twitter?
Oh yeah, the McLaren one. Oh, that was so funny.
That was amazing.
So funny.
This one, hang on, I've got one here. POV or Bottas in the Mexican Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I think even the Mercedes admin posted it or something. That was so fun.
Literally, Max could not get past him. But I think with the Mercedes, like the Mercedes cannot sit in dirty air. Like that car is made to be out front. Like I feel like every time it's stuck in dirty air, it struggles so much, and I'm just like, it's just so made to be up front. And like
and on the straight
on its own, I was like, because I literally was like, he's not going to get past him for ages.
Next year they need to sort that out, because I tell you now, Red Bull is on a charge now. I think even McLaren and Ferrari next year will be.
I think Ferrari will be up there.
I don't think obviously they'll be as dominant as Red Bull and Mercedes. I think we could see a few race wins where it's not necessarily a blue or turquoise win. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I hope it's a red one. I hope it's a red one. Shot
Red.
at the top.
That's your Christmas wish.
That's what I'm going to wish for Christmas. I'm like, please can I have Charles on the podium, or even a win? Pretty please. But like, to be honest, Pierre.
I want another Gasly win.
Pierre Gasly this weekend was just on form from start to finish.
That man can do no wrong, and he just wants that Red Bull seat so much. But it pains me to say, I don't think he'll ever get it back. I just can't see him getting that opportunity again, and it's heartbreaking. And I think one day he's going to have to realise that I think that's the situation he's in, and he's going to have to find, obviously, probably a bigger or a better team than AlphaTauri or where they're going to.
Yeah,
but who
because
knows?
You know what I want?
Helmut Marko is that he wants. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, go on with Helmut Marko.
So he doesn't want Liam Lawson obviously to race in DTM next year because he wants him to fully focus on Formula 2, which makes me think, you know what, if I was Helmut Marko, do I want Pierre Gasly, who's obviously, we've seen the talent that he has, I'm not trying to shade his talent, but obviously Liam Lawson is so young, and they could nurture him just like what they nurtured Max, to put him in the AlphaTauri seat.
Liam Lawson thinking, you know, that because like Liam Lawson has sort of the same aggression as Max, and is sort of like got the raw talent.
I'm not saying it's as obviously feisty as what Max's was when he was younger, but Liam Lawson is really talented. And the fact that they're making him focus on Formula 2 just makes me think.
Well, I mean, he even got fitted that AlphaTauri seat, didn't he?
That means because of he would. Let's be real. He would have won DTM this year if there wasn't corruption inside the rules. But move on. I've been can't get mad about that again. But why wouldn't they put him back into DTM when we know he can win it?
Yeah.
They must really want him in Formula 2.
But I feel like Gasly at the same time maybe doesn't want to go back to Red Bull for the like how toxic it is for him. So obviously there's always been that thing of he might go to Alpine or something in like a few years.
You know where I want to see him? Just for his personal redemption. Yeah. I want to see him next to George Russell in this Mercedes.
Can
you imagine? He won't do it because he wants to show everybody at Red Bull that he can do it and he can drive that Red Bull. Because I think he won't do it. But just for his personal, I want him to have a redemption day like Daniel Ricciardo did.
Yeah, but I want the redemption day in a car that I can.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't want him to go back to Red Bull.
Let's go McLaren. Let's go Alpine. I don't want to be like, let's go Mercedes.
We've got George there next year.
That's really the problem.
It's physical pain. I'm like, George Russell, GR63. Let's go Mercedes.
Mercedes.
I feel like I'll like Mercedes more next year, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think once George has been there, a lot of people will start supporting Mercedes a lot more as well.
To be fair, I'm
so excited about Alex. So excited.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
If we're being honest, Christian Horner and Helmut Marko, they just did not have a great weekend in terms of publicity, did they? What they did to Yuki. What were they thinking?
I know, what were they doing?
I actually felt quite sorry for him. I think they said that Helmut Marko spoke to him after, and obviously we don't know what was said, but I think they did speak.
I do, because Helmut Marko did not speak to Yuki. Helmut Marko spoke to Franz Toast.
Oh, instead. Oh,
We
okay.
caught him instead and said, nope, you're not talking to him. And no, you do not have anything to tell him because he did nothing wrong. He went out of the way. And if Perez is following him, that's not Yuki's fault. What more could he have done?
Yeah.
Like, he was getting very, like,
I think they were saying
irritated
he went
on
too
TV.
slow on the corner. Like, I don't know what he was waiting for. He wasn't waiting for a tow or anything. So I think they're saying like he just went too slow on that bend, and that's literally what happens. It all happens so quickly, so quickly.
Literally, I seen Perez go off, and I was like, "Oh, it's all going to go downhill. Max is going to lift off because this game's going to get like done for a yellow flag, like Mexico a couple of years ago." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's just all gone tits up." I was like, "Oh."
My dad had no emotion when Perez came off. I was there like in bits. My dad was. I was like, "Say something." And he was like, "Oh, he's gone off, hasn't he?"
I was just like staring at the TV, watching the whole qualifying go to shit. I was like, thank you for a great night. Good night, I'm going to sleep.
In hindsight, it worked so well in their favour. It so well, because Max said he didn't want to be on the front row anyway after what happened. He was like, I think I'll benefit from being on the second row. And how good was Checo? I am obsessed with that man.
Oh,
obsessed.
I'm so sad he didn't get Lewis. Like, his
Yes.
time management.
It was so close.
His time management is just beautiful. I'm like, Checo, how can you manage your tie so well when everyone is falling apart? He's
Checo's as well. What a
Oh, his dad is so cute.
Oh, honestly, did you see the end of obviously the report with Sky Sports? He was right at the end, and they were like, "We so like you, like you can take us out and like tell us about Brazil." Honestly, it was like the best thing ever. My heart was just like breaking for this man and this family. I was just so happy for him.
absolute king. I want him at every race.
Oh,
yeah,
so good.
He was so cute. Just adopting Max into the family, and it was like, so cute.
And then,
and Checo's little son on the podium.
Can we just imagine Jos Verstappen doing something like this?
No, I can't imagine.
No.
I just thought of the moment. What about when the Ferraris had to switch? Charles kept making mistakes, apparently, and then they switched, but Charles overtook him again. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I don't know why they said. Was it that because of time management, I thought?
I don't know, but whatever it was, Charles was like, I'm switching and I'm taking it right back. And I was like,
well, because they thought Carlos could gain 10 seconds on Pierre.
Yeah, and then he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they ended up battling themselves then, didn't they? Like the two Ferraris.
That was a little bit.
I think they let Carlos through because they thought that he could catch Pierre, but he couldn't, and then they changed back so Charles could get his 5th position. But you know what was also very funny? Bottas getting soft tires, coming out right behind Max, and Max dropping 3 seconds a lap just to keep him behind.
That did not work at all. Like, I don't, and then he went back in to get the fastest lap right at the end. I was so confused. I think Daniel Ricciardo was confused as well. Still, what was going on?
Everybody was just confused. I was like, "What is he doing?"
At 11 seconds, I was like, you know what? It wouldn't be a race anymore without a strategy that involves Bottas just being screwed over. It wouldn't be a race.
That was not his weekend, was it?
Not at all. We all thought it was. We were like, oh my God, he's on pole. He's like thinking. And then it got to the races when, no, Bottas, sorry. Not happening.
Was waiting for a funny Instagram post again from him.
Yeah.
Bottas, he gets the good moments when he don't get points. So good in qualifying. And he don't even get rewarded with points or anything. Nobody even recognises it. You look like my heart goes out to Bottas.
You know what? He's great in qualifying, but his race pace just is not on it. He's not on it in the race.
I think a lot of the time, obviously, we do compare him to Lewis, but
yeah. I think they like take Lewis as a priority on the Sunday.
Yeah,
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters in qualifying because they kind of got some strategy where, because essentially it's a team game, because obviously they asked Christian Horner that, didn't they, on the Thursday, Friday. They said, what would be the call if Checo was, for say, in front of Max? And he was like, well, Checo knows that it's a team game, like that type of thing. So I feel like it's the same for Bottas as well.
Yeah, with the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Well, in qualifying and stuff, Mercedes can sort of let them do what they want because you don't get points for it. It's where the race, they need to play the team game, so that's where the points come in, isn't it?
Yeah. But Red Bull, as you said, do the same. I mean, they gave Checo the broken wing from Max in qualifying.
Did they actually, though? Like, I don't understand that comment, because when they were speaking to Adrian Newey, he was saying that it was fine, like they've checked it over. It was something to do with like the downforce and what they had at like Monza and at Monaco. It was some like minor changes. So I don't know actually what happens.
Salty little twisted comment. I think it was twisted.
Yeah, I don't think it's right either. From what Adrian Newey was saying.
Didn't I read the whole thing? I just read this and I was like,
yeah,
that is something they would do to protect the golden boy.
Yeah, but Max, I mean, can we blame them? Let's be real. Perez can't actually mathematically win the championship anymore.
Yeah, so it's very much just like a team game.
Max is literally. Is it even Bottas anymore? I don't even think it is anymore.
No,
I think he's
had to win that race, didn't he?
Literally, only Max. It's only Max and Lewis. That's so exciting to say. It's only Lewis that can win it.
Oh, there's 4 less. There's 4 less. It starts on Thursday. Oh,
I don't think I'm actually mentally prepared if Lewis lifts up that trophy.
I don't like each time, but the thing is, like, when I'm sat like watching this race, I'm like, right, this is like championship, like it's still playing out. Because I swear, when was it Lewis won the championship in Mexico? Like, he won it, didn't he? Like,
yeah. Has he done it twice in Mexico or once? No, he's done it twice in Austin.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, we're literally, we will go back onto the other one. But I was like, oh my God, this is like Mexico. And Lewis is like nowhere near winning the championship yet. Like, this is going to go down to the wire. I have a feeling it's literally going to go down. I'm actually going to have to go live through the off season. Don't think I can do that, but we'll try. I'll try and find something.
The football's still on. I'll be all right. Oh my God, Ellie, you need to get into football. I'll help you.
See, I'm into American football, so it's not as bad because that goes in February. So I'm okay. Yeah. I do have some.
And then, you'll literally be in time then. Yeah. The crossover.
I don't watch any other sport.
Right, we definitely need to get Arabella into something then, so she can have something.
Arabella, don't you play other sports though? So I'm sure you can watch the sports you play.
Watching hockey is dull. It's dull. I can't lie. It's dull. Watching hockey is like watching paint dry.
When you get into football, that's so intense.
That's what I mean.
Right.
You just need a favorite team.
Both my sisters play football, all my cousins, all my best friends. I can't do it. I can't do it to myself. I can't be a football fan.
It's not that bad. Why? It's not that bad. Me and Vanessa have the greatest time at the football.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about football. I just can't get into it.
I'm like, football.
You just need a favorite team, so you're emotionally invested. It's like Formula One.
I did watch an interview, and George Russell supports Wolverhampton Wanderers. There you go. So I don't know if anybody wants to support Wolverhampton Wanderers.
George Russell, as a character, is the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I don't know
so well.
Skiing. It's winter. I can just watch skiing.
Ski Sunday. There you go. That's the thing.
Ski Sunday. There we go. And this weekend
normally starts about 5 o'clock.
This weekend is the last weekend of MotoGP, and Marc Marquez isn't racing. Tell me why it was my favourite Grand Prix last weekend. Marc Marquez wasn't racing. I was in school today. I was having a brilliant day. I look at my phone, breaking Marc Marquez not racing in Valencia.
Yeah, but you know, if that nerve damage gets any worse, that it could actually make him retire.
Today I was not a happy chappy.
Or Moto 2, Remy Gardner could win Moto 2, and he's my favourite Moto 2 rider ever. And if he wins it, just know I am going to be ecstatic.
I think I'll be happy.
I will literally be over the moon. He's my favourite Moto 2 rider ever. God, it's all just going up in the air. But good thing, Sebastian Vettel 7th at the weekend. It was just quietly enjoying his life. He's like, I just want 7th, but it was a bit quiet, weren't it? Because everything else was going on and everyone just forgot.
Yeah.
I think. Did you see that thing though? That was Sebastian Vettel was saying that he doesn't really get as much buzz out of being in a mid team, and I was like, I think the end.
Don't retire.
Accept
He can't retire. He has to win.
No, he's got one more year.
Yeah,
he's got one more year.
But I think that's what he's going to have, because he just doesn't.
Aston Martin just have to give him a good car. He did not sign for being 12th every race.
Don't you think? So obviously they've changed to Aston Martin, right? And before that they were Racing Point. So it's the same car. They've just got Aston Martin as a backer now. It's not it's not an Aston Martin engine or anything. It's just that they obviously supply whatever XYZ. I don't know. I feel like the Racing Point car was just, I don't know, something a bit different about it, if that makes sense. Because it was so close between them and McLaren.
Yeah.
Because coming into this year, I was like, oh my God, Aston Martin. I said they were going to, if we watched back in other podcasts, I was like, oh, they're going to be third in the championship, because I was expecting so much from last year. And there's just been nowhere.
I know.
Yeah, but Ferrari 2019 to 2020, as soon as regulations changed, so did their performance.
Yeah. Can we just appreciate that 7th, 8th, and 9th was Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso? The old guys were up there this weekend. They were just thriving in Mexico.
Although I didn't think Alonso had a great qualifying session. I don't think he was that great. Yeah, I don't think the Alpine was that good this weekend.
No,
I was surprised he wasn't going off track like he did sometimes this year, and this time he was actually allowed. In turn 1, they were saying, we're a bit more lenient with track limits in turn 1, lap 1. It was just I was expecting him to just full on go straight.
He was actually but it was Kimi Raikkonen was up there, but I think because quite a lot of people and loads of people had penalties, didn't they? And there was all sorts of people at the back of the grid. I think they were sort of in the right thing to stay quiet and just sort of worked on it, and then they ended up in the top 10. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. These are up there.
Yeah, because it was so hard to overtake.
So
Norris, what a drive! Points. Let's go, lad. Back of the grid to points.
Yeah,
I know, not bad. I think there's just going to be penalties left, right, and centre. I just feel it. And I think Lewis is going to have to take one. You know what? The sport needs something new. It's not new because Red Bull did it previous before the whatever changes came in. So I feel like now this is the time where somebody else needs an opportunity, and they've got this clear window where they can do it before the next set of changes come in, where you could see a McLaren do it. It's anyone's.
Oh, could you imagine a McLaren winning a championship?
Could we think back?
Danny Rick.
I would actually cry.
Think about the car that actually won a drivers' championship before Red Bull and Mercedes. Think back to actually what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna have that again, obviously. But okay, year before that, it was McLaren.
McLaren, yeah.
So technically, well, a year before that, it was a Ferrari. No, it was Renault. But
I just can't wait for next year. Like for the new regs. I just want to know what's gonna happen. Like, is it gonna stay the exact same? Or is it actually gonna change? I just want to see if it's actually going to change.
I think it'll stay.
I'm actually excited for the Haas.
Yeah.
The engine is moving, isn't it, into the new car? So it's the engine that's obviously will be the same. Obviously, they'll make adaptations, whatever, but that'll be the same. So every team will have the basis of the same. But Haas, what are they going to do? They can't have an old Ferrari one again, surely.
Everyone was saying it was such a boring race. I didn't think it was that boring.
Absolutely not. I was glued.
Really? Yeah, got a little bit boring.
No, it was the Checo and Lewis thing. That was
the end bit. I was like, ooh. Yeah. The end bit. Pit stops were. It wasn't really war of the pit stops this week. It was a bit more like.
They were quite good. It was 2.2, 2.3 this weekend. There was no slow ones. I think it was Lance Stroll had a really slow one, didn't they?
Bottas.
Yeah, they did that on purpose though.
Was it? Well,
the first one.
Bottas
the first one was slow, and then he was stuck behind Ricciardo again.
Oh, it must have been the second one because I think they timed it because they were thinking because I heard they were like, oh, that's slow, and then they were like, no, he's done it on purpose.
Yeah, to get fastest lap right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
People listening. It's like bye. We've been behind track limits. Tune in next time.
Bring the action.